everybody, welcome back to Tam Predicts, and this is another reading, and let's see what are the messages. Today I'm getting the fact that for a lot of you, it's been a little hot and cold. It's not been regular communication with them, which you would want to happen. You at least want them to regularly at least keep in touch, or at least commit. So I'm getting a very hot and cold vibe, and you do not know if they're coming or going, and you're craving for a good relationship with them where it's constant doesn't mean crazy communication, but at least you're in touch, and when you're in a relationship and it's like a couple. So let's see what's going to happen. Yes, you want at least some kind of a constant communication. At least you can speak to them. Otherwise, it's been messages are trickling, or even the phone calls, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. And number 44 was on the counter, and I was thinking maybe the 4 of Wands comes out, which promises stability, and you want them to, at least that's how you will feel that they value you, or they do feel about you. At least they make an effort to be constantly in touch with you, to ask you how you're doing, how you're feeling, and that is important in a relationship. And that what used to happen when you started, but right now I think the whole thing is dwindling. The messages are less, so you're wondering if they really are interested in you. So that's another thing that you thinking, because now that when they message, it's like they message in 4 days, 5 days, and you keep seeing their messages. This is you also reading their messages, or thinking yes, what is the next step, or will they call? And if when you call or try to keep in touch with them, like every day, or follow a routine in a relationship, it doesn't really happen. So the next card actually under the deck is Temperance. Let's take that, because I feel the balance is not there in the relationship. I mean, you much of a giver than a taker, and that's what you've been doing, and delicately balancing the situation. You could be a water sign, okay, water sign dealing with the fire, or earth sign dealing with an air sign. That's another message that I get. And you were pretty patient. You are pretty patient, till now. I don't think you walked away, they walked away, but it's like, is it happening or not happening? Is there constant communication, or if there is no communication constantly? So you're also wondering what's happening. Yellow flowers could be important. I'm getting the yellow color quite a lot, and definitely you want things to flow well. Look at the flow of water. The other thing is the flow of water is constant. How it's moving, and you're like, I want to know what's happening, and with them. And a normal regular relationship is when you speak to each other almost every day, if it's possible. If they are in some other country, or there's a time difference, I can understand, but then also the other person will message and try to keep in touch. And that's when just you're wondering, when will the flow of communication be good, because it's flowing in the cups from both sides. It has to flow. So I think that's going to be answered. I'm getting 4 quite a lot. So next 4 hours or next 4 days is it's very important for you. You've got pentacles coming up one after the other. So you could be an earth sign dealing with an earth sign, but this is definitely the fact that, do they value the relationship, or do they just keep whatever's in their heart, or they don't even share it with you? Are they going to come with that much passion again, or send you messages, be passionately, or be involved in the relationship? The action is missing, or the whole thing of wanting to communicate, to understand. A lot of times you want to say some things, you want them to be there, but are they going to be there or not is what you are wondering. So this is also somebody just holding, wanting to take action, but they are like holding the message or holding the call, in the sense holding back. They might want to write to you, but something is holding them back. Are they thinking about something, or are they busy? But definitely you want action, because this Knight of Pentacles doesn't seem to move. Their intention could be that they want to communicate, or they want to send a message, but it's not showing, and that's what's sometimes worrying you. I feel next 4 days, after I feel 4 days, or there's something to do with 4 in their number, or 4 in their birth number, or it could be their birth month, it could be an April. Their name could begin with an A, their name could begin with R. That's another thing I'm getting. Yeah, so the Fool, it's like a journey. You want things to be, happiness, without thinking. You don't have to think too much, that now you start thinking, should I send them a message or not? Is it right? Am I disturbing them? It's become like kind of formal, and you're wondering, is it flowing well? Was it like, not thinking, just jumping in the whole relationship, that whole edginess, or that whole not really thinking, and it becoming a boring routine. You're missing those times, and right now it's 444 in the counter. I definitely feel 4 is a very important number. So you want to feel like the Fool, where it's a beginning of a journey, how it was. 0, the Fool is always a 0 in the tarot, everything begins with the fool's journey through the major arcanas, the 22 arcanas. And this is like you want a beginning with them, a new beginning with them, where it feels like young, not thinking much. I'm not going to call it reckless, but how it is, brings you joy and the whole feeling in the stomach and in the heart. But here, you also want them to be what it was, be like what it was. You want the relationship to be the way it started, because remember, zero is also the starting of the fool's journey, like I said. So you want the relationship to be the way it was when you guys started seeing each other. You were in a relationship, everything was happy. You didn't have to think like four times. Four is important. I have said 2 times. Okay, 4 times thinking about contacting them, not contacting them. And I'll tell you something, from my cauldron of messages, I was like, I'm going to do messages from the cauldron, and I just picked up a white rose and kept it next to me on the table. It was in the cauldron. And if you see now, look at the fool's journey, you've got a white flower, very similar. So you want that peace and calm, in a relationship where it's just surprising you with flowers, and it's nice, and you have this new beginning with each other, and it feels always good. I understand when you're in a relationship, in the when you already in a relationship, or you committed, it will not give you butterflies the same way, but it should, and that's what you're missing right now. You like it's become like a mind game, or it's become like I'm thinking, should I call or not, I'm thinking, should I message or not. So white rose is definitely important, something to do with white. You've got a white dog also, or they have a white dog. You've got a white rose here. The sun is also white, so definitely I'm going to give white to you as a color. And the tides are rising. You're also wondering because your emotions are rising. You're like, when you in the beginning, it's like emotions are there, and there's so much you feeling and you're showing. Right now, you don't know. I mean, you're craving for like constant communication is what I get. I'm also getting the words, you don't know, they're coming, going, how they feel, hot, cold, are you there, are they not there? If you message something, will they reply in a good warm tone, or they'll just say, okay, fine, I'm busy. You could be a water sign, you could be dealing with a water sign, and you are pretty mature in your own way, and you're trying to keep your mind off whatever's happening, but that keeps troubling you. The whole thoughts, the whole thinking about what's happening keeps coming back to you. There's also you waiting patiently for something to happen, but I also feel you are getting restless now because you want an answer from them, and I think the answer is coming soon. I get 4 to 11 days, okay? And also the kind of answer you wanted in this relationship will come soon. Yeah, look at this, hot and cold. I mean, it was so warm, it was so good, and your heart, there's so much for you to give, and you're waiting for them to be involved in the relationship. You're wondering that, is there a sign? The person, it's like you almost like looking last time, should I walk away or should I not walk away, I mean, for hope, there is hope, and or probably they're having a good time somewhere, in the sense they're happy with their friends. Are they really happy? Should you walk away or not? This is hope. This is the person looking at the window. Will it ever open? Will there be value? Is there value? What happened to the value, or the value, or the way they treated you like number one in the relationship? What's happened down the line? You've got the devil energy. Neither can you break away, neither can you be with the person. Every time you try to break away, either they come back, either they get you back. And look at this. It's almost like a pentacle without the circle around it. So it's like chained to each other. You're chained to the whole thing. So it's totally on you, The devil card is like can't get away from each other, can't stay with each other, but you have to have that talk. You kind of probably walked away from them a lot of times and did not want to come back, but something happens, and either they'll message you, they'll call you, or say no, I'm there. And again, I feel again in the same cycle. You also get stuck in the cycle, because with a lot of all the pentacles with O's, it's also a cycle. Like things improve, then they go back, they improve, then they go back, and you're like, when will it stop? See, every time you leave, you look back that we had such a beautiful relationship. Should I leave or not? You've got these two twin flame, or it's a soulmate. I feel a twin flame and a very past life connection. Red and orange could also be important. I mean, I'm getting dark colors today, red, orange. Yeah, this is like soul searching. You start soul searching. You're like, universe, guide me. Here's the star. It's like the star. You've got a lot of stars. The pentacles, within the pentacles, there are stars. Maybe you are interested in constellations. You've been reading about this. But you're like, I want to walk away. With Wands energy, it's like, your passion is also kind of dwindling. It's coming down. Your enthusiasm or your involvement. How much will you stay, enthusiastic if there is nothing coming from that side? So that's another thing that I'm getting. So I definitely get 4 to 11 days. I feel they are going to get in touch, or they are you going to want an answer from them, or you wanted an answer from them. You've already written to them, and they will look at this at the end of the deck. What did I say? You've got number 8. You've got 8 of Wands. You've got that clarity coming. You've got that message coming. You've got that commitment coming, and pretty fast. Okay, it's on its way. Let's see from the couple cards what messages. Remember, this is a general reading, okay? Might or might not resonate. Not all messages might resonate. Look at this, what I just said. This is not a game. This is not a game. You've been telling them, and you've been telling your mind that this is not a game. When will it stop, Soul agreement, like I said, past lives. Twin flames or past life, definitely past life. You're attached to each other. You've got the devil card. You chained to each other. I see the rest of my life with you. You want those words. You want these words. You've already said this to each other, but the involvement from them is not there. So that's what you want. And you've got 8 of Wands. A blank. That was a blank card. Need courage to talk to you. So probably they also now need courage. Probably time has passed, and they've also not been really passionate about the whole thing. So they're also wondering if you're there, or will you accept them back, or will you want to commit, or you want this relationship. So they're also kind of in deep thinking. I've been through hell. So I feel this is you saying this, I've been through hell, because you love them, you still love them, and I'm definitely sure they love you, but it's not showing, and it doesn't work that way. So you've got a celebration card, which is good. Something to celebrate about. Just friends. Maybe you started with just being friends, or you are into that the whole thing that, are we just friends? It's sounding like friends, or friends with benefits, or are we just, is it come down to this? Or probably could be a worry that maybe it's just better to be friends, or not even be friends. You've got fated connection. See, you've got the devil card with the chains. You've got soul agreement, and you've got the fated connection here. Spirit guides, please give me a few messages. Things will get better. That's so beautiful. Yeah, they will. Maybe this reading was for you, that things will get better. Don't worry. Go with the flow. Remember, we talked about the flow. In the beginning, I just said flow, and right now it was 13. 13 is 4 again. So go with the flow. It's not a game. You want things to be fine. Just wait a bit, I would say. Totally I said totally your thing, what you want to do, and it said choose now. So maybe it's time to choose. Maybe this was to push you to choose, or to ask them. Maybe you're not even asking them directly, Bad timing. So there was something called bad timing. There is something that's bad timing. So maybe you want to wait a little, or maybe this was all because of bad timing. When you started, maybe they had to go to another country, or maybe somebody fell ill, they fell ill. Something didn't fall like in place. Fear of rejection. So there is a fear of rejection. I think this is from both sides. You could be dealing with a water sign. Yeah, we've been talking about water. You could be water. I've got lots of cards in my hand. These came out. You've got fire sign. You've got new lover. I see the rest of my life with you. So a lot of you got this, twice. See the rest of my life with you. Okay, let's do 7 zodiac signs. These could be your zodiac signs or theirs. These zodiac signs are not as per any sun, moon, rising, or anything. They're just zodiac signs as per normal astrology. When you follow according to birth dates and birth months. Let's do 7, 1, 2. I'm just keeping it here. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, let's see what are the which zodiac signs did we get. We've got Sag. We've got Aquarius, so we have fire and air. We've got Pisces, that's water. We've got Capricorn, We've got Taurus, both earth signs. We've got Leo, we've got fire here, and we've got Gemini. I don't know why I thought the last card would be a Gemini. It is a Gemini. You've got the air sign. Yeah. There's a soul agreement, especially if you're a Gemini. The number, like the 2 lines. Definitely. And I definitely believe you've got a diamond or a crystal recently. You bought something which like really is flashy or illuminates or lights up. Could be a lamp but spreads light like this. I definitely feel that. See? From the cauldron. Yeah, this is a long reading. From the cauldron. One message from the cauldron. 2 weeks. Here you have an important message. 2 weeks. Something to do with 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks. So take care, guys, and I'll be back another reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It did become long today, but that's okay. So take care, and do comment if this is the situation or this is happening or what resonated. I would love to see that. Take care, guys. Bye.